Okay, artists, welcome back. So we're going to be using the techniques that I filmed and hopefully the tutorial you just watched to do this beach landscape that I'm going to put right here on the side. And even though you're going to sort of see it here, my art tools are ready on the side as well, so it's just going to be right here. But anyways, again, hopefully you enjoy. I'm going to be talking a little bit about sketching it at the beginning, but then I'm going to speed it up towards the end so you can sort of relax and just listen to the music as you hopefully try to attempt this tutorial at home. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually take a color pencil, and this is by Prismacolor. You can use whichever dark color pencil you want. You can even use a pen or whatever you really have at home. And unlike with crayon, when you're trying to do some realistic landscapes, because oil pastel is so thick, you can actually not worry about the bottom part coming out, and it actually can be helpful too. So again, I'm going to use this one. It's ebony, and I'm going to start off by sort of putting down the horizon line of where I'm going to be working with. So they'll be like around here, sort of a straight line. There you go. And then I'm going to be drawing the little cliff right here. And again, hopefully this tutorial is And again, hopefully this tutorial is a little bit easier to follow along than my crayon ones, because the sketch that I'm putting down, I'm seeing from the camera that it's coming through a lot better. And then for the bottom part, all that I'm going to do, since it is mainly ocean, is just kind of put down where the waves are changing in direction, where a lot of the foam is going to be, so that I know where to layer the colors and in what directions to layer the colors. So also there's another like hidden little clip in the distance right there. So let's see. There seems to be in the picture like this rock. Then there is, actually, you know what? It's more up here now that I look at the picture. And this is okay, I think, but you know what? I'm going to see if I can just kind of erase that a little bit. But if not, it's fine. Because again, one of the things that I love about oil pastels is that you can layer, and the color is so thick that when you put a line down, when you're sketching out your shapes, it doesn't really matter as much because it's going to be covered up. So then after that rock formation right there, we have a lot of foam. Kind of sort of come up this way. Sort of goes down this way, inside this way. There's a big line here, that wave there. A lot of foam, but there's definitely a lot of color here and here. And then for right here, the ocean seems to be doing just fine, going in this direction. But then once it gets down here is where we start to see some changes. So there's like a wave of color like this. Within here, because of this rock formation that's actually extending here, there's a little bit of a wave this way with some foam. Do you see that? And then right here actually too, this part is going to be darker. Like darker waves right here. And then a lot of waves this way, with this foam part that's actually here. There's a little bit of more foam here and some darker colors in here. So it's a very rough sketch, but at the same time it's helpful for me to know where the colors are going to go. And then up here, all I'm going to do is just kind of lightly put where some some of the colors are changing in the sky. There we have it. So that's a basic sketch, and I'm gonna put down a little bit of the color that I'm going to be doing for the sky first, and then I'm going to speed it up. So let's see. I'm gonna clean my pastel first, and this is one tip that I can give you if you have just a spare tissue, or if you have just a random piece of paper that you can use. It doesn't even have to be anything fancy. It can be an old post-it. If you are blending, or if you want to make sure you have only the color that you intend to on your paper, to just clean it up a little bit first. So that color is going to go there. As you can see, I didn't clean it properly, but again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And again, if you remember what I said in the tutorial, one of the things that is interesting about doing this layering technique that I'm doing right here is that it can look like an absolute mess, but when you go in to blend it with oil pastels, I really enjoy the aftermath of it. It goes from like a ugh to an ooh sort of thing. So let's see, just a little bit more of this color. I think I'm gonna use a white. Just definitely add that all over before I blend it out. So now I'm gonna go into blend it, and I'm actually gonna use one of the little soft covers that I talked about before, and I'm going to put it on this blending stop that I have here. So let's see. Okay, this is not working out, so I'm actually just going to change to a smaller blending stomp. And then I'm going to just add a bit more color, and again, I'm just putting in the first layer of color, and then I'm going to speed it up. But I do want you to kind of hear me go through the process of what I'm doing as I'm layering color at least a little bit in the video, so that way when you see me do it again in the speed up process, it kind of makes a little bit more sense, or you're not wondering with questions like, wait, how did she do that? She didn't even teach anything. So let's see. I'm going to add in a little bit more of that color that I had before. Okay, so now I'm just going to use my finger And I'm going to add just a little bit more color in certain areas to make it brighter. And I know that it doesn't look exactly the same as the picture, but that is fine. When you sort of box yourself in into trying to make something look exactly like what you see, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be stuck, and you're not going to be able to be satisfied with the work that you produce. My suggestion is that whenever you watch a tutorial or whenever you're working on drawing a picture from something that you really liked, to be inspired from it rather than to really put it in your head that you want to sort of replicate it or copy it exactly as you see it. A bit more pink. Now I'm going to actually take this, and this is something that I have that I don't think any of you are going to have. It's a specialty tool. It's basically an oil pastel that has no color. So if you just want to keep the colors exactly as is, then you can use something like this. And it'll blend everything out without adding color, but it just makes it a lot easier to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this in, and then I'm going to add in some white to hopefully make it the pastel sort of tones that I see in the picture. And all I'm going to do is right here in a scratch piece of paper is clean this white, because I do want this part to be pretty clean. And add that in now everywhere. I'm going to go in with my finger again, which are very dirty at this point, but that's okay. One thing I always tell my artists is that if you are doing a painting, if you are doing a drawing, if you are doing anything related to art and you don't come out with messy fingers, then you are not a true artist. Just because art is messy, especially when you're very involved with it and you're kind of having a lot of fun. So I'm going to go in and blending it again. I want to say I'm almost satisfied with what I have here. I may add in more color at the end just to get it to look exactly like what I want. I may not. It really depends on what I feel. But if you can see it, because I added in this wax to move the color around, I was able to just manipulate everything a lot more. So there we go. So that's the first part of the tutorial, and everything else I'm going to speed up from now on. Okay. Okay, artists, well, thank you for working with me again today. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely had fun just kind of remembering these techniques, and I haven't done oil pastels in like, what I said, almost, 10 years? So this might have been really rough, but I mean, I had fun, and that's the whole point of art. Well, anyways, I can't wait to work with you again next week. Bye-bye.